This episode was suggested by Marcos. Thank you. Another day, another Derby profile. Today's episode is on West Saratoga. Let's go! First up, the stats. 10 starts, 2 wins, 5 seconds, and 1/3. Only 1 start less than Just Steel, another incredibly experienced racehorse, with earnings of just over $460,000. For major races, West Saratoga was actually the first winner of a Kentucky Derby prep during this year's Road to the Kentucky Derby, winning the Iroquois Stakes, getting him 10 points. He was then 5th in the Breeders' Futurity, getting a revolutionary 1 point, and then 3rd in the Sam F. Davis, getting him 6 points. But what got him into the Kentucky Derby officially was a 2nd place finish in the Jeff Ruby Stakes, getting him 50 points. For running style, he's generally a stalker. He can lead a race and run away like he did in his maiden victory, but for the most part, he's always behind just a couple of horses, and very similarly to Just Steel, never really gets it all done. He either just beats all but one horse by either chasing them or getting passed late. One or the other. I think we're getting quite familiar with this, considering the last episode, so let's get on to the strengths. So, very similarly to Just Steel, but to an even more significant degree, he's a stakes winner at Churchill, but not just that, a graded stakes winner. That's pretty impressive. He also, more importantly, is top 3 in 8 of 10 starts. In fact, half of his races were 2nd place finishes. That is a decent level of consistency in at least one area. And the Jeff Ruby Stakes in recent years has become a successful Kentucky Derby prep, even for horses who don't win the race. Rich Strike won the Kentucky Derby after a 3rd place finish in the Jeff Ruby Stakes, and Two Fills was 2nd in the Kentucky Derby last year after winning the Jeff Ruby Stakes. So maybe 3rd time is another good year for the Jeff Ruby. But now on to the weaknesses. And again, I'm really starting to sound like a broken record here, ain't I? Distantly beat in all of his 2nd place finishes. It's not like he's fighting gamely and just loses by a head bob or anything. He loses by many lengths to better, more talented horses. And if you couldn't tell from all my constant references, Just Steel is a better version of this horse. Down to the whole finishing 2nd more than he wins. Also, when it comes to speed figures and thoroughgraphs, Just Steel is significantly faster. In fact, if we're going off thoroughgraphs, Just Steel is actually within Derby striking distance in terms of speed. Meanwhile, West Saratoga is one of the slowest horses, both in terms of speed figures and thoroughgraphs, by comparison. So he's slower than Just Steel, and also has gotten less close to the winners in his 2nd place finishes. Like, Just Steel ran a significantly fast speed figure in the Arkansas Derby. Meanwhile, West Saratoga barely held on for 2nd in a blanket photo finish while everyone was in the wake of Endlessly. I think that if you want an experienced, longer shot horse, Just Steel would be a better choice than this guy, but you never know. It's the Kentucky Derby. It's horse racing. I'd say overall that West Saratoga is definitely one of the most likable racehorses in this field, being an $11,000 bargain, who is also the first Derby starter for his trainer, Larry Demerit, who has trained horses for over 40 years. Now that's a great story, and I love it when this happens, because that's what horse racing should be all about. The fact that anybody has the chance to run in the greatest prizes in horse racing with enough time and dedication for the horse. But if I'm going to be picking an experienced long shot for some of my down-under picks, I'm probably going to lean towards Just Steel. But if West Saratoga proves me wrong, I will gladly eat my words with cocktail sauce. For that, I'll give West Saratoga a C+ grade. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Derby Profile. Comment down other horses I should cover, and I'll see you guys next time.